Hey, what is going on guys? My name's Long Sensation and today we've got for you guys some more Call of Duty Advanced Warfare tips and tricks. Now for this first video in a brand new mini-series coming to my channel, we're going to be discussing the best class setup to get a DNA bomb within Advanced Warfare. As always, once this video gets to 150 likes, I'll then upload the next video in which we're going to be talking about the spawns within the game and how you can actually predict those spawns to help you understand where the enemies are going to be coming from. But anyway guys, without further ado, let's jump into the class setup for the DNA bomb. Now we can all agree that the DNA bomb is definitely the most difficult killstreak to obtain within any single Call of Duty title. That means for our class setup we're going to need a strong and sturdy weapon, as well as perks, attachments and killstreaks that are going to allow us to stay off the minimap, but also allow us to see the enemies a lot more easily. So first of all, for our weapon, we're going to opt for the BAL 27. Now although this has received some nerfs over the past couple of patches, it is still a really strong and viable weapon and can compete with all assault rifles at medium to long ranges and SMGs in close quarters combat. That is why the BAL 27 is definitely the most best and versatile gun to use when going for our DNA bomb. So for our attachments, first of all we're going to opt for the stock attachment. Now stock is a really good attachment to use because it allows us to strafe whilst aiming down sights, which increases our mobility and will also make us a moving target to the enemies, making us a lot more harder to kill. For our second attachment we're going to opt for grip. Now the reason for this is quite simple. Over the past couple of patches the BAL 27 has received some recoil patches, which means that the recoil is much more higher. Therefore sticking on the grip attachment will reduce that recoil and allow us to win gunfights over longer ranges. And finally for our third attachment, we're going to opt for the parabolic microphone. Now although quite a lot of people are going to disagree and think that the silencer is the best attachment, the parabolic microphone allows us to see enemies on the minimap that have a silencer. This means that we're going to be able to see where the enemies are and be able to get a lot more easy kills when going for our DNA bomb. As well as this, we're also going to opt for kill streaks that are going to disable the enemy minimap, which I'll get into in just a second. But first of all, let's just go over the perks that we're going to use for this class setup. So first of all, in tier 1, we're going to opt for low profile. Now low profile is definitely one of the most useful perks within the game because it quite simply allows us to stay off the enemy minimap when the enemies have called in a UAV. Secondly, for our tier 2 perk, we're going to opt for peripherals. Now peripherals is definitely one of the most underrated perks within the game because it allows us to see a lot more of the map on the minimap. This means combining this with the parabolic microphone, it makes for a deadly combination, allowing us to pinpoint where the enemies are on the map. Finally, moving on to the tier 3 perks, we're going to opt for 2 perks that are going to allow us to win a lot more gunfights and prevent us from losing ammo. The first perk being toughness will allow us to win a lot more one-to-one gunfights because of course our flinch will be massively reduced, and secondly scavenger because it allows us to replenish our ammo, allowing us to keep the weapon that we've chosen, which of course will increase our chances in being able to get a DNA bomb. And finally, moving on to our kill streaks, we're going to opt for kill streaks that are going to allow us to find the enemies as well as disabling the enemy minimap. Now the reason for this is quite simple. We've sacrificed our stealth attachments and perks such as the silencer and blast suppressor for perks that are going to allow us to stay alive and be able to win a lot more gunfights. So for our first kill streak, we're obviously going to opt for the UAV. Now the modules that I would advise would be enemy direction, threat detection and extra time because it makes it a lot more easy to find enemies and also will allow you to build your kill streak much more easily. Combining this with our second kill streak, which will be the system hack with modules extra time and disable exos, will make for a deadly combination disabling enemy minimaps and exos and will allow us to build our kill streak and basically impair the enemies for a very long duration. Now although these kill streaks are incredibly effective, please don't rely on them 100% of the time, because quite simply some of the enemies could be using perks such as low profile and hardwired, which would make your UAV and system hack incredibly ineffective. But finally, moving on to our last class setup point, we're gonna opt for Exhaust Stim. Now Exhaust Stim will quite simply allow us to regenerate our health when we're in some tricky situations, which of course will allow us to stay alive and allow us to proceed to get a DNA bomb. Now this has been the best class setup for the DNA bomb within Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and if you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like, because once this video gets to 150 likes, I'll then upload episode 2, in which we're going to be talking about the spawn system and the correct game modes to use when going for your DNA bomb. But anyway guys, I've been Long Sensation, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.